Man, what they do, YouTube. Man, I'm just thinking, man, you know, I like to think a lot, so I'm just gonna share some of my ideas on how I see things, you know. You know, we all jump out there in the streets and at one point of time in our life, and then you just think about all the money that was made from whatever you was doing, you know. Some people made a couple of thousand, maybe some people made a couple of 100,000. Some people actually went through a couple of million, you know. From your activity in the streets, you got to think about how much money actually go through your hands when you out there, you feel me? I mean, a lot of people be touching a lot of money, meaning it's coming through your hands, but where it's gonna land at, that's the whole key to the situation. Where do the money land at once it touch your hand? Do it land into an investment, or do it land right back in the hands of the people that you just got it from? So that's the whole cycle of this shit when you're out here in the streets, man. It's just a revolving door. You risk your life to make very little at the end of the day. I mean, you throwing rocks that any given day, that rock that you threw or that crime that you committed, let me rephrase it like that, can turn into 15 years. It can turn into 20 years. It can actually turn into 30 years or even life just by committing certain crimes. And we be so young and naive, not knowing that these things really can cost our life. Meaning you get fucked off the street for 20, 30 years and come back when you 50. You got to start all over from the bottom, dog. For real. I mean, you got to start all over from the bottom. You know? And even if you're lucky to be in the streets and make a couple 100,000, a couple of million, because we all know the millionaires in the game is very far in between. But if them people ever put their hands on you, then what? Then what? Shit. All that hard work, all that sacrificing that you did, all that gambling that you did, becomes for nothing, dog. Becomes for nothing. You know? That's why I really believe now, because with the information I done equipped myself now, and the way I see things now through my eyes, man, that's the whole plan, dog, to take our youth from us. And that youth is so important because you can't get that shit back. So it's so important while you young out here in the streets and doing whatever you're doing to make these dollars, that you're making the proper decisions with that money that's coming through your hand, so you can find an exit strategy as quick as possible. As quick as possible. Because we all know most of y'all gonna do it because the system is designed for y'all to get involved in the streets. They actually sending you the signals as a young child through the music to convince you to get involved in the streets. You know? And we all know the streets ain't what it all made up to be. Most of us gonna end up in jail and prison and dead and out here in the streets at old age and still trying to figure out what the fuck happened. You feel me? I mean, look at some of your old homies, some of your big homies that you knew from back in the days that was really, really getting money, and they had to go take that fall. And then when they get out, they got to start this shit all over again. If I'm lying, look at what's going on. Look at the system, because like they say, ain't nothing new up under the sun. You're going to always have that select few that maybe get out and realize what's going on. It's really about just being able to provide food, water, and shelter for yourself, and making sure that you can live a comfortable life on this planet Earth until you leave this planet Earth. But damn, boy, you don't want to waste 30 years of it, 40 years of it, because it can easily turn into 40 years. You get a 5-year bid once, come out and get a 10, come out and get another 10, shit like that. You can easily end up with 40. You don't have to be 40 all at once. It could be 40 over a course of time. So you don't want to fuck that up, dog. You don't want to fuck that up, you know? And this really for the young ones out there, dog, because y'all got the most potential, and the future is bright if you make the right decisions in life. Just make the right decisions at a young age when you got that paper. That's all I'm giving. I'm giving you game, dog. Make the right decisions when you got that paper when you're young, dog, so you can enjoy it when you're old. You feel me? Make it happen or you cap.